Media Productions is proud to present FCA on LSN and FMP Sports on fairfieldmedia.tv.
FCA on LSN, brought to you in part by
Service Master Clean by Todd George. They are proud to be the only Green Seal certified janitorial service in Central Ohio and promise to do the job right or do it over. 740-687-1077.
Thompson Concrete, a full-service concrete company. Online at thompsonconcrete.com.
Fairfield Mini Storage is located on East Main Street in Lancaster. Or find them online at ffministorage.com.
Discover your promise in academics, in athletics, or in theater at Ohio University Lancaster and Pickerington. Online at lancaster.ohiou.edu.
Let Matt Gray motivate you or your group for change. You can visit him online at maxspeaking.com.
InFocus Consulting, the data agency. Online at infocusconsulting.com.
Fairfield Christian Church, located near the River Valley Mall in Lancaster. Online at fairfieldcc.com.
The Frank E. Smith Funeral Home. Respect for tradition, regard for change. Available online at funeralhome.com.
Roger Weaver and the Weaver Law Offices. Online at weaver-law.com.
Redeemer Lutheran Church and Dr. Jack Davidson. You can visit them online at redeemerlancaster.org.
Thanks for watching FCA on LSN.
Thanks for watching FCA on LSN.
I'm Michael Collier, and you're watching Take It to the Field with Coach Dobbs. We're playing Crestview, but before we get to that, let's review last week's game.
Alrighty.
Last week we played Fisher Catholic. We beat them narrowly.
Nail biter, you would say.
Quite narrowly.
Uh-huh.
I was there.
This is always a really an emotional football game.
Yes.
Fisher Catholic and Fairfield Christian, we've developed quite a rivalry, and those guys really want to beat us, and our guys really want to beat them. So emotion really plays a lot into the game, and Fisher played hard, and our guys played hard, and we were lucky to take the ball and drive it down the field at the end of the game to put them away with about 24 seconds left. But great game, a lot of excitement to it. But from a coach's standpoint, you see a lot of areas that we need improvement on, and that's certainly what we're going to try to do tonight.
The offense of the FCA Knights, I felt was kind of one-dimensional. It was very strong, but it almost had a name, and it seemed that name this week was, or last week rather, was Ben Tobin.
Well, I think it would be good, appropriate for you to say that, because Ben being our tailback, certainly he's the guy that carried the ball. But for anybody who would think that was just a one-dimensional effort, doesn't understand what the guys up front are doing to make the holes for Ben to be able to run the football. I learned a long time ago in coaching, Michael, that somebody said if you've got a hot horse, you ride him. And Ben was certainly a hot horse for us. We would be lying if we were to say our passing game was effective, because it wasn't. Fisher did a good job of taking that away, and because we've been such a prolific passing team in the past, last year, the year before that, it was kind of unusual to come out and watch us hand it to a guy. Ben carried the ball 40 times. That's a pretty one-dimensional offense, no doubt about it. But anybody watching that football game understands why we gave it to Ben. He was a real warrior, especially down the stretch. And we got ourselves, again, we went 80 yards in 23 plays in the last 7 minutes of that football game to win it, most of it on the ground. And the reason we did that, because when you get into that point of the game, Michael, you want to make sure that you're going to do what you do best. And I believe Coach Herbst at Fisher Catholic commented that they knew what we were going to do, and our guys knew what we were going to do.
They just couldn't stop it.
They just couldn't stop it. And so it worked out perfectly, because not only did we score a touchdown, but we chewed up the entire fourth quarter, and they really didn't have time to do anything with the ball when they got it back.
Quite the time drainer. Now, there were two plays of very similar nature. There were two attempts at a a 2-point conversion. Was the first one, was it intentional? Or was it a slipped ball?
No, the first one was an intentional one. We had that called, and we had a little bit of a mix-up, and I'm not sure it got communicated in the huddle really what we were going to do, and we didn't execute it the way that we should have. Our plan was to hit them with an 8-pointer, get an 8-point lead, and put a little bit more pressure on. We didn't do it. And the last one, was a 2-pointer, because really at that point to get a PAT, one more point, score was 19-14.
You might as well, certainly.
20-14 doesn't help you. 21-14 is where you want to go. So we went for 2. We went for 2 both times. One time it was a fake. The other time was just an obvious attempt to get it.
Let's switch over back to tonight's game. We're playing Crestview, the Cougars. What have you got? Like we addressed seemingly one-dimensional offense.
Well, what do you think they're going to do, Michael?
I'm not really sure.
Defensively, they're going to try to stop Ben Tobin, aren't they?
So have you got any plans to subvert that?
Well, we've been working all week. Certainly, always, we believe, if you've watched us, anybody's watched us play in the past knows that we're trying to be a very balanced offense. So we understand we had some issues in our passing game, and we've worked hard on it. And Crestview was an undefeated football team last year, Michael. They went 11-0, 10-0 regular season, won their first playoff game. They're a really, really good football team, even though they're 0-2 at this point. They're from up around Ashland, Ohio. They have to make about a 2-hour-and-a-half drive down to New Lexington to play the game, so we think that that's going to be to our advantage. But the fact that they're 0-2 and the fact that we are 2-0 doesn't really have to do with anything. They're a very solid football program that's lost to 2 good teams, and we've been lucky enough to come out on top on 2 games. And you throw the records out tonight, we go out there and play as hard as we can. The best team wins. We believe our guys are prepared, our guys are confident, want to get better, and as we say every week, in order to be 3-0, you got to be 2-0. So this is just one more hurdle we have to go over.
You had any closing words for us?
Just going to play hard. We appreciate all the support that everybody's given us up to this point. As I said, we're a young team in a lot of ways, and a lot of new guys in new positions. But we're getting great leadership, playing hard, and we'll do our best to bring home a victory tonight. Thanks for watching.
Well, up next, the game. We'll see you there.
ServiceMaster Clean by Todd George. They are proud to be the only Green Seal certified janitorial service in Central Ohio and promise to do the job right or do it over. 740-687-1077.
We're gonna have a real good time. We're gonna have a real good time. We're gonna have a real good
It's always wildfire season somewhere in America. Nearly 9 out of 10 wildfires are caused by the carelessness of humans and could be prevented. But together, we can make a difference.
Watch what I can do!
Help protect the home of our forest friends.
Come on! You can do it!
Only you can prevent wildfires.
To find out more, log on to SmokeyBear.com.
And welcome everybody to beautiful New Lexington, Ohio. Ready to start this FCA Knights game here on LSN. My name is Jared Camp alongside my partner in crime, Kenny Burcham, and we're about ready to kick things off. The Crestview Cougars are tonight's opponent for the Knights of FCA, coming in for 2-0 and Crestview at 0-2. And here's the kickoff by Junior Collins, picked up by an up back across the 25, down at the 35, excuse me. And that's where the Cougars will set up their first offensive drive. Kenny, it's nice to have you up in the booth, usually down on the field. Your first time doing a football game.
Yeah, thank you. It's a way different perspective.
Yeah.
Coming in from the backside, unloading all our stuff. And I'm used to going straight to the locker room and running out in the field with everybody, so it's a good switch up. Good to see everybody from this view.
Yeah, we're glad to have you. So the Cougars will set up shop, first down and 10 from the 35-yard line. And play action on their first, and incomplete as number 10, Nick Wheeler, a junior quarterback for the Cougars.
Great rush by Lane Toman on that play. Kind of grabbed the quarterback's leg, kind of ripped him, and helped that pass go out.
Like we said before, the Knights coming in 2-0 after a thrilling victory last week against their arch rival Fisher Catholic at Fulton Field. We'll talk about that game and the Millersport game here in just a second. Wheeler goes under center, gives it to the tailback. Nice hole across the 40 and brought down at the 41-yard line by Ben Tobin.
Ben's here to play. He had a great game against Fisher Catholic last week. They were down by a couple points, and that last drive, he pretty much put the team on his back and ran through the whole Fisher Catholic team.
Absolutely, had well over 300 yards rushing. You know, I was listening to 97.1 The Fan on the radio, and on the Buckeye Roundtable called him one of their top players in the area for that week. So that was pretty impressive. And Ben's been a workhorse in the backfield for them this season so far.
But the blood does flow from him. He got a hit in the nose last week, and he's bleeding from there. Now he's got a little nick on his shoulder, so he'll be out.
Give to King, and down at the 47-yard line. A Knights defense who has, the Knights are always known for defense, anchored by their senior linebacker Joey Gall. Wheeler gives to King, has a nice hole, bounces across midfield, and that's where he's dragged down in Knights territory at the 49-yard line.
So I hear you talk about Joey being the strong senior, but the Knights defensive backfield is a great strong point of their defense. They got Brian Miller and Ben Tobin back there with them. They're a steel curtain of the Knights defense there.
Second down now for the Cougars. 2 men in the backfield. Give to King right side. Finds a hole up the middle and down just shy of the 45. It's a good run there by Aaron King, another junior. 15 juniors, 6 sophomores, 11 freshmen, and 6 seniors on this Cougar squad. Like we said, they come in at 0-2, but they've played some pretty good teams up to this point. King goes left side and is stopped. I believe that was Brian Miller. Nice stop for Brian. So it's going to be 4th down now. 4th and about 4 for the Cougars. Kick is up, and Josh Heater, the freshman, takes it at about the 15 and is dragged down. We have a penalty flag. He's dragged down about the 24-yard line, but we'll see what that penalty is.
Josh Heater on the return for the Knights, brought down by Zach Giles at Crestview. There is a flag on the play. Illegal block in the back.
Yeah, they're going to get the Knights with a block in the back, which will push them back. So out comes junior quarterback Colin Young, his first year as the starting quarterback. And for the past about 3 or 4 years, Luke Johnson has been at the helm for the Knights, but Colin comes in, has played some quarterback before, and he's done a pretty good job so far. Screen pass out to Heater, and incomplete. And should have been caught. I mean,
that could have been a good play.
Yeah, he had some blockers, had open field, but
yeah, the guy covering him was blocked well by Lane Toman, who would have the outside stretch.
I know the coach is stressed. If it hits your fingers, you have the opportunity to catch it, but just a missed opportunity there. So be 2nd down and 10 from the 14-yard line. Young goes under center, and gives to Ben Tobin, and still on his feet. And that's one thing about Ben Tobin's game. It'll take, 3 men to bring him down, and you can't tackle him high. You have to get his legs. He is so strong when it comes to running. So Knights face a 3rd down here. 3rd and about 6. Tobin in the backfield. Play action, roll out is Young looking to pass, and he'll keep it himself. And second effort, I don't think he got it. No, pushed out of bounds, shy of the 1st down. So Knights faced with a 4th down, 4th and 3, and Young kicks himself. Nice kick across midfield and gets a Knights bounce down to the 33-yard line. So great kick by Colin Young.
The scoreboard here at New Lex is not working. Apparently hasn't been working for the last 2 weeks of the season, so the time will be kept by the head official.
That's something usually I kind of rely upon, but I guess I'll have to learn. Give to King, and he has a hole across midfield into Knights territory and brought down about shy of the 45 to about the 47-yard line. Great run by Aaron King. Crestview is from Ashland Crestview. So they had to travel a little ways to get here. Give to King again. Nice hole across the 45 to the 43.
King again, the ball carrier. Gain of 5.
So we 2nd down and about 5. And give to their fullback, and maybe squeaks out a couple. As we were talking before, the Fisher Catholic game, the week before that, the Knights faced a Millersport team that has been struggling the past few years and beat them rather handily. But what I saw was the Knights offense, who had some question marks, are really the bread and butter of what Coach Dobb wants to do offensively. As King takes the ball for 1st down and some across the 30. With Coach Dobmeyer, he likes, I formation, straight up the whole power football. Looking at this team, Kenny, how does it differ from last year's team?
They're missing a couple seniors, about 4 or 5. I think between me, Hayden Welch, and Luke Johnson, the couple 3 starters that they lost. But the line is mostly the same as last year, which is a good thing to do, a good thing to have, just to get that strong line. And they're mostly in the same grade, so they will grow up and kind of, strengthen as a line, which is really good. Other than that, Colin and the other wide receivers have kind of connected with Josh Heater coming in as a freshman. That's a really that's a great addition, losing Hayden and getting Josh Heater. And I think Josh has a lot of potential that he could grow into a great player as the season continues. And then Colin's really stepped up to become a quarterback. And I know he's played quarterback before, but it's different from playing varsity football from little league or junior high.
Yeah.
But he seems to be doing a great job. I think he can take the team places. So.
And it helps when you have a back who can rush for 300 yards behind you.
Yeah, that's right.
And give to King, and he is stopped at the line of scrimmage. Great job by the interior Knights defense. So that will bring up another 4th down. Brian Miller Jr. in on the stop for the Knights.
Also in the offensive backfield, they lost Sanforduro. Filling in for him has been Taylor Kopp and Ben. Ben's been doing a great job running, rushing, just doing great. 300 yards plus last game. So
he had about 250 against Millersport and 300 against Fisher Catholic, as that Wheeler's pass goes incomplete. So turnover on downs. That'll be Knights ball.
The Knights defense seems to be doing very well, but last couple games you see that the offense it takes a little bit for them to get started up, but after a couple drives they'll get their heads on straight and everybody will be on the same page, so should be something to watch.
If Knights fans used to seeing high scoring Knights teams, but like you said, I mean, they lack the Hayden Welch, the Luke Johnson, the deep threat, but I mean, it's only the 3rd game of the season. They can definitely work that in.
What they lose in passing from last year, they gain from Ben Tobin in the backfield.
Exactly.
So. Hayden Welch playing for Kentucky Christian University is a starting freshman. Pretty cool.
Hayden, his junior and senior season, he was first team All-State, scored a record 53 points against Green High School last year. And another drop pass. That's a live ball. And kind of a missed opportunity by both teams there. Heater just kind of not bringing the ball in. I'm not sure what's going on there, but that was a live ball. And if the Cougars would have jumped on that, they had great field position, but the ball goes out of bounds. So the Knights will maintain the possession.
Those are the little mistakes that I talked about. Everybody needs to get on the same page. Good pass, bad catch. That's 2 from Josh Heater that he's missed. Possible yards, or that could turn into touchdowns.
Yeah, definitely. So. Young goes under center, and it will give to Tobin left side. Finds a hole, and still going.
Lost his shoe.
Nice, yeah.
Lost his shoe around the 20.
That was the ball for the second, but he doesn't need a shoe. He can run.
That play describes the attitude of Ben Tobin throughout his whole football career right there. Just fight on, lose your shoe, keep running for 15 more yards.
Ben was last year was the fullback, so he is just a tenacious runner. I mean, now he switched to tailback, and that's really helped him out. I mean, as a fullback, you're the lead blocker for your tailback, so you have to be, you have to give everything, and Ben really does give it his all. But Tobin knocked out in the backfield there. Lost a couple there. Logan Campbell with the stop for Crestview.
Second down. 15 for the Knights.
The second down for the Knights on their own 39-yard line. Second and about 15. Pass play to Taylor Kopp. Good for a first down.
Taylor Kopp was the receiver.
It's good to see the Knights get the passing game going there. Two passes have been dropped, screen passes to Josh Heater.
It's great to see you got to pass to other people than just one player.
Tobin left side. Across the 50. About the 48. Second down for the Knights. Coming up on 2 minutes and 50 seconds here in the first quarter play. We are deadlocked at 0 here at New Lexington, Jim Rockwell Field. 2 receivers out for the Knights. Give to Tobin left side, trying to make something out of nothing. And he'll get back out to the line. So that'll bring up a 3rd down. Toman is to the top of your screen, Heater to the bottom of your screen, and a draw play to Tobin finds some running room and is brought down the 43-yard line and short of a 1st down, so that will bring up another 4th down for the Knights. And about 4th and 2, 4th and 1 maybe. Knights will go for it. Young keeps himself and gets the 1st down and a little bit more. Great run. He stood up at the line but found the hole with the 2nd effort. Great job by junior quarterback Colin Young. That was number 30, Junior Wilford, another junior for the Cougars. And a sweep to Tobin, trying to find some room outside.
Nice move.
That was nice cut inside, and a couple yards shy of a 1st down. Maybe 2nd down and about 2. .30 seconds and counting in the 1st quarter of play. Young goes under center. And they give to the fullback. I believe that's to Joey Gall. And Joey Gall.
That's enough for a Knights 1st down. Knights are on the 25.
And I believe that'll do it. The 1st quarter is in the books. We are deadlocked at 0 here at Jim Rockwell Stadium here in New Lexington, Ohio. You're watching FCA football on LSN.
FCA on LSN. FCA on LSN. Brought to you in part by
Thompson Concrete, full-service concrete company. Online at thompsonconcrete.com.
Service Clean by Todd George. They are proud to be the only Green Seal certified janitorial service in Central Ohio and promise to do the job right or do it over. 740-687-1077.
Let Matt Gray motivate you or your group for change. You can visit him online at maxspeaking.com.
Roger Weaver and the Weaver Law offices online at weaver-law.com.
Thanks for watching FCA on LSN.
Thanks for watching FCA on LSN.
Welcome back to New Lexington. About ready to start the 2nd quarter of play. Tied at 0 here at Jim Rockwell Stadium. Knights coming in on a 2-game winning streak, 2-0 on the season. Crestview 0-2. If you're just joining us, the Knights have the ball at the 25-yard line. 1st down and 10. It's been a pretty even ball game so far. Knights are knocking on the door though. Another screen pass. Heater catches it this time. Makes a man miss, but this one's probably coming back. Flag on the play. Going to get the Knights for a chop block. So after that nice play is brought back. It's erased. So that puts the ball back at the 42-yard line.
Shot block is considered personal foul. That's a 15-yard penalty where the Knights will back up, try it again for first down. 25.
Toman getting in his spot. To the bottom of your screen. And give the Heater, trying to find a hole. Spins away from one man. And goes nowhere. Is there a fumble on the play? Nope. They say he was down. Nick Wheeler on the stop for Crestview, so it'll be second down. They lost a couple on that play. And play action. Young looking to pass. Gets caught across the 40. Loses footing. But gets dragged down about the 34-yard line. But there's a penalty after the play. Personal foul maybe? I'm not sure. Face mask, yep. Defense. So that's 15 yards. Knights catch a break with that one. Second down and 15. Give to Tobin. Trying to find a running room. And down at the 25. So it'll be third down. Third and about 10. Tobin in the backfield. Colin Young under center, and they'll give it to Ben Tobin, and he's brought down near the 20. And short of a first down.
Ben Tobin pushes him into the 20-yard line, which will bring up about 4.
And they're too far to kick it, but too close to punt, so they will go for it. So here we go, fourth down for the Knights. Two receivers at the bottom of your screen. Young goes under center, Tobin in the backfield. And Knights catch a break there. They're going to get an encroachment on the defense. 5-yard penalty.
Playing for Coach Dobb, you know that he called that strategically and knew. And it's cool seeing from a different angle, just seeing from not a player's perspective, and just how just remembering how his thought process goes and how and he knew they'd jump and just
use a hard count.
Fourth and about half a yard.
Just give it to Tobin, and they do. And I don't think he got it. Nope.
Stop right at the line for Crestview.
And they didn't. Crestview stops the Knights on fourth down. So turnover on downs. Crestview deep in their own territory, but
that was a great stop by Brett Chance there.
Yeah, definitely.
Got in the backfield, rolled around, tripped him up.
I mean, that's with a big back by like Ben Tobin. You think he'd just roll over and get the first down, but that was a great stop by Crestview right there.
So the Cougars will start about at the 15.
Nick Wheeler gives his running back King. Nice cut back to about the 20.
Good tackle by Austin Dixon there.
Gain of about 5.
It's good to see the big man moving.
Austin Dixon, a senior for the Knights.
If he catches up to you, you're not going
not at all.
fast.
And draw play to King. And gets a few yards on the carry.
Crestview player down.
Is that King? I can't see from here. And it is Aaron King down on the ground, holding his left knee. And hopefully he's not injured too bad.
You can hear Coach Emmets from the booth here saying he's not very happy with missing a 3-yard push to get the first down. Could have scored there. Missed opportunity.
But you got to give Crestview some credit. That was a great search to get in the backfield. But you're right. Missed opportunity.
Oh no! Fourth and
inches.
Fourth and 3. That's what you. Yeah. That's what you want your defensive line to do: is get in the backfields, get low, stop somebody, make him trip.
King walking off on his own power. That's good to see. Hopefully, we'll see him in the ball game soon.
He walked directly back to the huddle as if he's not even going to sit out one play. So. Maybe he just tweaked it. It looks like he's doing better now.
Wheeler goes under center, looking to pass, and fumbles the ball. And let's see who has it. They'll say the Cougars maintain possession. But that was a great blindside hit on Wheeler. He had no idea that was coming. I believe that was Joey Gall that got back in the backfield to force that ball out.
Austin Dixon probably isn't very happy right now. The ball took a bad bounce right as he was jumping on it.
It did.
He got up pretty angry. But that was good defense though. So
absolutely.
Second down, second and about 13. So
shotgun and a catch. That's King. And if he makes a cut, there he is. And down at the 40. And that was one aspect of the Knights defense that we were kind of wondering about. I know Caleb Kander and I, who called the Millersport game, we speculated that the Knights don't really face that many passing teams, so we really haven't seen the secondary be pushed at all, and left King wide open in the middle of the field there. Shotgun formation for Wheeler again. They're going to pass again. Don't fix it if it's not broken. And off the fingertips of his intended receiver.
Great defense by Colin Young to break up that pass. Looks like he shoved him at the end.
Second down and 10, ball at the 40-yard line. Wheeler in the shotgun. King to his right. King going in motion, excuse me.
You have a false start on the Cougars.
I'll back them up 5 yards. So ball at the 45. And penalties just killing the Cougars tonight. Had a face mask penalty their last drive, and now this. Whenever they get in good field position. Wheeler under center. And play action. Steps up in the pocket. Nice throw. And still on his feet. And he is gone. Let's see the number. That is number 30. Junior Wilford caught the pass from Wheeler and did everything on his own. That was a great run after the catch to get the score. So the Knights are now down 6-0 with the extra point pending. Kick is up and good. 7-0 your score here in New Lexington. The Knights are down to the Cougars. Let's see how Coach Dobmeyer responds with his offense.
A little under 6 minutes left to go in this second quarter. I'm sure Coach Dobmeyer is putting together a drive to tie it up or take the lead.
I'm sure he'll talk to his secondary in the locker room. 2 big pass plays. One that was a touchdown on the Cougars' last drive, and that's something you can't have if you're Coach Dobmeyer. Got Josh Heater and
Lane
Toman to receive this kick. A bouncing kick received by Toman at the 20 and trying to cut up. Nice return to about the 37. So junior quarterback Colin Young trying to get his team in scoring position here. 5:53 remaining in this first half of play. Toman and Heater are your receivers. And play action, looking for Heater. And yep, that's a easy call right there. The defensive back just kind of pushed Josh Heater, so that'll be a pass interference. What's that? Yeah, I was wrong. The Knights are backing up. Suddenly catch Heater with pass interference, offensive pass interference, so. So there'll be a loss of down, I believe. And draw play, Tobin, and squeaks his way forward for a couple yards.
Penalties are really killing both teams this game.
You're right.
Seems like every penalty has been a personal or 15 or.
And that was kind of a tough call. I mean, that's why I'm not down on the field wearing stripes. But I mean, it's kind of a tangle between both players. Usually it goes to the offensive player, but I guess they saw Josh giving an extra nudge or something.
Yeah, saw something we didn't see.
And Tobin is down with another penalty flag down. Another chop block called on the Knights. And they're going to decline that penalty because I believe it'll be 4th down. So Colin Young looking to kick it. And that's a muff punt, and good decision to fall on it. The 35. That's Wilford. That's the kid who made the touchdown, lone touchdown for the Cougars tonight. 4:10 remaining in the second half. Cougars up 7-0 of the Knights and looking to add to that lead with this drive. We'll see if they go back to the passing, which helped them so much the last time. Had a nice pass play over the middle to King, and then Wilford with a nice catch and run after the score. King goes in motion. Wheeler, play action, throws, and incomplete. Well short of his intended receiver, Aaron King. So 2nd down and 10 from the 35. And 4 receivers out now. Pitch play, sweep to King. Nice stiff arm. Another bust tackle, and that's Wilford. And boy, he's a shifty back. I mean, stiff arm and spinning, and nice run. Only got 4 yards, but that was a lot of work for only 4. So be about 6 yards away from a 1st down. Shotgun and throw the strike. Wheeler, and got the 1st down. They had taken a couple steps forward after first catching it. He got the 1st down, but that was Radford. So, Radcliffe, excuse me. Sawyer Radcliffe with the catch. And the Cougars really showing that they're a 2-dimensional team, not only a running team with King, but they're also a throwing team with Wheeler. Give to King. Penalty flag. And holding on the offense. Joey Gall coming out of the ball game, getting a breather. The officials trying to situate things here. Hopefully get play here in a moment. 7-0 is still your score here in New Lexington. The Crestview Cougars over the Knights of FCA. Got the ball spotted up now. And looking to pass. And nice catch And down at midfield is number 1, Nick Hoot. Out. Heater in on the play. And the Cougars really exploiting this secondary for the Knights. Trying to tighten things up here. King goes in motion. Wheeler looking to pass. Gets it off and finds his man. That's number 9, Sawyer Radcliffe with the reception. That's his second of the evening.
Well, if it isn't broke, don't fix it. Yeah, that's what this Crestview offense is really just taking advantage of the secondary on the defense of the Knights. On that last, or I guess 2 plays ago, it seemed like Josh Heaters just was scared to stay too close and, gave up the catch and gave up the first down.
Officials timeout to measure. See what the call is here. And he didn't get it. Couple inches short. Expect him to give it to King here. Or I could be wrong. I formation for the Cougars. Wheeler goes under center.
About 2:30 left on the unofficial time clock.
And I believe they got the first down. Just had to squeak just over the 40 and they got enough. So first down and 10 Cougars.
As they're moving the chains, we'd like to say a big thank you to the FCA media team. With camera operators, we have Andrew Gherkin, Caleb Peters, Evan Bogus, and Caleb Kandra. And then on graphics, we have Brandon Bush, and then switching, we have Dane Alexander. And a big thank you to JT Burcham, who puts all this together.
And give to King. And gets about 4 or 5. Clock keeps ticking. Coming up on 2 minutes. Second and 5. Ball spotted at the 35-yard line. Another 4 receivers set. King goes in motion. He's got a man open. And penalty flag down. That was Nick Hoot. Nick Hout.
Holding the call on the Cougars. Be coming back.
Like we said all night, penalties have been killer for both these teams.
I know we were talking about the secondary of the Knights, but you watch the front 3 down linemen for the on the defense just not getting the push, I think, that Coach Emmets wants to get. I'm sure they'll hear about that at halftime.
I mean, what did the Knights do? Did they drop more linebackers into the coverage, or how do they stop this passing attack? Wheeler looking to pass, and a beautifully constructed screenplay, and short of the first down by about 3 yards. Oh, 13, excuse me. Man, what am I looking at? Original line of scrimmage. Wheeler looking to pass. And he is looking long. And that was caught. Oh my goodness, what a catch. That was Junior Wilford. That was tipped.
Get tipped by Lane Toman there.
Yeah.
Just enough for Junior to catch it.
That was a great catch. And a minute 14 left in the second half. The Cougars are knocking on the door, trying to add to their lead.
I think that throw was a little short because Taylor Kopp got a great hit on the quarterback, but couldn't. The secondary came up short there.
Give to King. 2 broken tackles. Still on his feet. And that was a great run by Aaron King. Colin Young with a stop. The clock's still rolling. Under a minute now. 50 seconds and counting. Cougars need to hurry things up if they want to score before halftime. And touchdown Cougars. Aaron King with his first touchdown of the evening. And Knights fans a little stunned. There's a silence in the crowd. I don't think they were expecting this. But this is a good Crestview team. Their record is deceiving. They've played some pretty good teams. Nice snap, nice hold. Kick is up. And I believe it is good. And it is. 14-0 your score here in New Lexington. About a minute left. And gotta believe Coach Dobmeyer not happy with his defensive performance. Well, I guess the team's all-around performance. They really haven't done anything on offense. The Cougars have been able to stop up Ben Tobin. He's had some nice runs here and there, but for pretty much the whole game, Tobin has not been a factor. And when you take Tobin out, I mean, they really don't have a passing game to go back on. So hopefully they can come up with something in the locker room and come out ready to play in the second half. Toman and Heater will be your return men.
Crestview, a good team coming into this game, but I'm pretty sure the Knights, pretty obviously the Knights are beating themselves rather than getting beat.
Things are pretty close at the end of the first quarter, but things started to get going for the Cougars. And it's a live ball, squib kick, and Knights have decent field position.
Ball's covered up by Tyler Hamill. It's good instinct to find the ball and get on it before Crestview could get it.
Colin looking for the play.
So unaware of the official time, but the unofficial time is a little less than a minute. So if they really get moving, they could score, but they'll get the ball coming out second half.
And a give to Heater up the middle, spin move, down at the 40. And the clock will continue to roll. Knights seem to set things up here. And Young just spikes it to stop the clock. So that'll bring up a 3rd down. Young gets the play, comes to the huddle.
I believe I saw a referee signal to another referee about 40 seconds.
Draw play. Tobin, he has room left side. Oh, but nice shoestring tackle to stop Tobin about the 45-yard line.
Be a 1st down. The clock will
stop the clock.
To the chains move. So another chance for the Knights to.
Yeah, Knights need to get to the line. A good job of doing that. Looking to pass. And intercepted off the hands of Toman into the defender's hands. And still going. I think that was King who came up with the pick. And that wasn't a bad look from Young to Toman. That was just off his hands, and King came up with the ball. Great athletic move. So if the Cougars play their cards right, I'm not sure what their game plan is here in this situation, if they just want to go into the locker room, but if they play the cards right, they could score. I think they'll take a timeout here to think things over. See Coach Dobmeyer on the field, not happy with his team's performance so far. But there's one thing I know, Coach Dobmeyer knows football and he knows how to make a plan, so they're down in the hole 14-0. But I wouldn't trust anybody more to get them back than Dave Dobmeyer.
Lane Tobin not having very good luck with his hands today. Just missed that one, tipped it, gave it up to Aaron King, and then on the previous drive, he was the one that tipped it up and right into the hands of the other team.
Yeah, definitely.
Not good luck for him, but you can't control plays like that.
Knights receivers have been having trouble with their hands all game. Josh Heater had a few plays where he dropped the ball in a screen pass, and Toman, as you said, so hopefully they get their heads into it, and I'm sure they'll be all right. 4 receivers, and they're looking to capitalize. Pass play over, and easy touchdown. What a throw by Wheeler to Nick Hout. And I told you they played their cards right, they could score, and that was just that was easy.
I don't know who's more to blame on the defense, is the rush of the defense or the defense by the secondary, but
the secondary hasn't been playing well at all tonight. I mean, just letting players behind them, and you obviously see Wheeler has a good enough arm to get it past you.
No, he has plenty of time too, because of the defensive push isn't being there. And so he has.
I mean, what do? I mean, you rush more guys to get him. That he has the vision downfield to get it past you. I mean, and if you drop more guys into coverage, that just gives room for Aaron King to get the ball in space. And we've seen from him that he can make some moves. So I mean, this is something that the coaches have to come up with to find a plan. I mean, this is no easy task. They're down 21-0. I mean, that last touchdown pass by Wheeler was set up by an interception by Aaron King. And you just hear in the air, it's just a hush over the crowd. Knights fans not expecting this. They haven't seen them play like this all season. granted, this team is a better team than the ones they faced.
But the errors are just killing the
Yeah,
Knights.
exactly. Penalties, missed assignments. I mean,
2 touchdowns were pretty much handed to them, by a tipped interception. Could have been an interception. Was tipped up to the receiver, and then another one was just pretty much handed to him. So
squib kick. I believe that's Tobin.
could have dropped down on it, but chose to pick it up and try to run it up a little bit. Got a couple yards.
So, not sure the official time, but we've got to be getting close to halftime.
There can't be much left, but the Knights will receive the ball coming out of the locker room, and I'm sure
I think
Coach Staub will have a great game plan to get them back into this.
I expect them to keep it on the ground and just go into the locker room. You don't want to pass it right here and risk another interception. I think the Cougars call a timeout. Obviously, the coaching staff saw something that they didn't like, so call a timeout there.
Jared, you're Coach Dobmeyer. You go into the locker room. What would you say to your players?
Well, you just really got to tighten up on defense. I mean, I don't want to, put anybody in the doghouse or anything, but I mean, my alma mater and everything. But I mean, the secondary hasn't been playing up to par. I mean, letting guys behind them. I mean, that touchdown pass that Wheeler had to Hout there. They did it in one play, and Hout just got behind the defense, and it wasn't just that play. It was plays before. Aaron King has had a great.
Yeah, that's what he is. Aaron King's done a great job with perspective of seeing the whole field and
and so
being able to call a play and say let's run it or let's pass it. But
and a screen pass to Heater trying to get the corner, and he does across the sideline, breaks a few tackles. And maybe that's a spark the Knights need to get something going here.
Yeah, that's what, if you could, rewind the game, that's the play you wanted from Josh Heater. The first, the first two passes he got, he dropped right out of his hands.
Another timeout called.
Josh Heater uncovered on that last play. I don't know if the Cougar defense didn't see him or they just.
That's one player you gotta. Yeah, it was one player you gotta pay attention to. Obviously, I mean.
It didn't really matter what player's out there. He's uncovered. He 30 yards to run to the end zone. You could.
Yeah.
So you could hear Coach Staub from the booth. He's saying Colin, there's nobody on him. Pass it to him. That's the kind of plays that Coach Staub tries to intertwine throughout his coaching. That could have been
the Cougars are really lucky there.
You can hear the Cougars coaches from through the wall where we're sitting.
Oh boy, that was intense.
Yeah, he's not covered, but that's just the awareness of your quarterback. You got to be able to see that kind of stuff. But he got an order and.
Draw play to Ben Tobin and stopped at the line.
It's a great stop by Logan Campbell to get in the backfield and bring him down.
And timeout. And I really wish we had a clock right now. I have no idea how much time we have. They just kind of keep playing. I keep thinking next play, it's over.
It can't be that much.
I know. Maybe this is the last play. Don't get your hopes up though.
Second and about 13. with unknown time on the clock.
Young in the shotgun, something we haven't seen very often. They're looking to pass, and he's got a guy, Toman, and off his shoulder pads, incomplete. And I believe that'll do it. We called it after that one. Your score, 21-0, Crestview over FCA. We'll see what Coach Dobmeyer does to try to get this team back in the ball game and put some points on the board. We'll see you after halftime.
FCA on LSN. FCA on LSN, brought to you in part by
Fairfield Mini Storage is located on East Main Street in Lancaster, or find them online at ffministorage.com.
In Focus Consulting, the data agency, online at infocusconsulting.com.
Redeemer Lutheran Church and Dr. Jack Davidson. You can visit them online at redeemerlancaster.org.
The Frank E. Smith Funeral Home. Respect for tradition, regard for change. Available online at funeralhome.com.
Thanks for watching FCA on LSN.
Thanks for watching FCA on LSN.
Hi, my name is James Hammer with the FCA media team, and I'm sitting here with Coach Bill Sidwell of the golf team. And so how are you doing today?
Just fine, thank you for having me.
Yeah. So have you coached golf before anywhere?
No, this is my first experience with golf. I've coached softball and baseball, umpired baseball, basketball, but this is the first experience with coaching golf.
Okay. So I take it you golf a lot then?
I Hack City go around maybe a bogey player, maybe I'm slightly under bogey, so it's been a lifelong pursuit, and I really enjoy the camaraderie that occurs on golf courses.
Yeah. So this being your first year coaching, what do you know about the FCA golf team?
Well, unfortunately, we have 5 members on the team, and they're all seniors. So at the end of this September, we will have a wide open opportunity for anybody that's interested in learning to play golf in a competitive situation. Very impressed by some of the things that I've seen in August, and we have another 8 games in September, and we'll finish up at the end of September.
Okay. So what are some things you like about the team this year?
Well, I tell you, the basketball coach has done an absolutely outstanding job in preparing the 3 guys that lead our team, which is Justin, Clayton, and Luke. 4th and 5th slot are filled by Evan Bogus and Doug Smith. And they are enthusiastic, but they are excitable, and we need them to play a little more steadily than they have in the past.
Okay. So what are some challenges then this year you're facing?
Well, the top 3 people on our team are as good as any 3 I've seen in the limited experience I've had this year in opportunities. We had a very, very close match with Tree of Life, and we won that match by 1 stroke. And it was a well-played match at their course. We had 2 of our lead guys had a rough day. Usually they're somewhere around 40 in a 9-hole situation, and both of them were a little bit closer to the bogey, and it was very, very close. A couple of times, Doug Smith has come in and had an excellent day for his experience, and once absolutely was a winning margin. And same thing with Evan. As the very first game that Evan played in for us, he came in with a 45, which was totally unexpected, and he's also made an excellent contribution to the overall success of the team, which is 9 wins and 3 losses in regular play. And the way they score wins and losses is if you go into a match that has more than 2 teams or 3 teams, then wherever you end up in the field, that means that you have that 1 loss situation added to your score or your record. I don't mean score. So
Okay.
The thing that happens after that, James, is that we have played twice in 2 invitational situations. One was 11 teams and the other one was 15 teams, counting us. And we got shellacked real bad. But we were playing some much, much bigger schools, which is part of the struggle, you know. It's the way the system's put together.
Yeah. So are you feeling confident about the rest of the season?
Feel pretty good about it, yes. As long as we continue, as we've enjoyed success at this point, I think we'll do pretty good. The MoCal, which is the invitational to all of the schools that are in Central Ohio Christian League, is September 20th.
Okay.
And that'll be the proof of the pudding. I hope that we do very well there, and the guys are already pointing at that, and we expect to do well.
Okay. So how do you feel about next year's season then?
Boy, I'm scared to death to look downfield to see what we're going to have next year, because we have a very small JV squad of 4 people, one of which is only for the first time picked up a golf club this fall. And we have all 5 of our young players are graduating. So if you are interested at all in golf, I'd certainly encourage you to come out and join us next year, because we're going to need as much help as we can find.
All right. Well, thanks for coming, and good luck with the rest of your season.
Thank you. I appreciate very much the opportunity to work with the kids. The kids are terrific.
Yeah. All right. Up next is second half football with the FCA Knights on LSN.
The Frank E. Smith Funeral Home. Respect for tradition, regard for change. Available online at funeralhome.com.
Vince, they're really cracking down on safety belts these days.
What's up, officer?
I'm giving you a ticket for committing an 811.
Safety belt violation.
Compliments of Barney Fife.
We never wear safety belts. We're dummies.
Weisenheimers.
He gave us a ticket.
Man's got to do what he's got to do.
How's it going?
Sir, are you okay?
What? Oh, this? It's probably nothing. I'm sure it'll go away.
Go away? But, sir, that can't be good.
No, it's cool. Really.
Do you want a napkin or something?
Everything's fine. Thanks.
You wouldn't ignore this, so why ignore the signs of a stroke? At the first warning signs, call 911 immediately, because time lost is brain lost.
And here we are back at for the second half of the Knights of Fairfield Christian versus the Cougars of Crestview. The Knights off to a rough start with 21-0 being the score. Zach Guile here to kick.
Looks like Toman and Heater back to receive the kick. And another short one. And brought back to around the 39-yard line, and that's where junior quarterback Colin Young will set up shop with his Knights offense. Kind of a rough evening for the Knights. Not going, had a couple nice pass plays to Josh Heater, but, you know, the Cougars have done a nice job of bottling up Ben Tobin in the running game. First down and 10 from the 39. Two receivers to the top of your screen. And another screen pass out to Heater and dropped. And boy, that's about the third time he has just dropped the ball.
3 out of 4 he's dropped, and you saw the one he did catch. You know, he got 25 yards.
Yeah, his ability to take it, but you got to catch it first.
Yeah, you got to.
Something like that hits you in the hands. There's no excuse for that. But he's a freshman. He's young.
Those are freshman errors that will get worked out. But it's really hard to just sit here and watch and wish that he was.
And yeah, you're right. And here goes Tobin across midfield. Nice stiff arm across the 40. We got a flag. 2 flags down the field. And a nice run by Ben Tobin trying to spark things up.
That'd be a face mask on the Cougars. That'd be a personal foul. That'd be 15.
Yeah, 15 yards.
That's the Ben Tobin that we know. Great run.
He's amassed well over 500 yards, possibly 600 just in the first couple games. I mean, 320-some yards against Fisher Catholic last week, and then 2 weeks ago, 250 yards.
Yeah, he's off to a great running start. But it's hard when if the offensive line gets used to him running around and busting through tackles.
Yeah,
it's
definitely.
Hard. They got to get a block and help him out a little bit.
And Crestview, a better team than the past couple teams.
There's Joey Gall right up the middle, stuffed up by 2 or 3 of the Cougars, bringing him back to around the could be a 3-yard gain. So it'll be second and around 7. Knights off to a good starting drive in the second half. They got some ground to work up if they want to win this one, though.
Down 21-0. Sweep to Tobin. He's got a block. And down just shy of the 20. Got about 4 yards or so. Or 2. Yeah. About 3rd down and 6 now.
It's always easier to see the perspective of from above. There's a great hole Ben could have taken, but he took the outside, and the outside always looks open.
And hits Kopp. Nice pass play. Young to Kopp down at the 10. Good for a first down.
Kopp's another guy like Ben Tobin. If you got to get that tackle is brought down by his jersey, dragging on the ground.
And yeah, Taylor Kopp he's the backup quarterback, and he's lost some weight during the off season,
but built back muscle.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, he came in last year as an uneligible player because of district changes.
Nice hit. Tobin brought down, but penalty flag down on the play.
The Knights do not want any penalties right about now. That would be a lot of what we saw the first half. They get down to about the 20-yard line and then choke and bring it back and have to punt or give up the ball at 4th down.
And that last penalty will knock the Knights back after a decent run by Ben Tobin.
So from
another
first
chop
and 11,
block.
So from 1st and 11 to 1st and 22.
Yeah. Young looking to pass. And caught. And there's Heater trying to find his way into the end zone and stopped inside the 5. Great job by Young and his downfield vision. I mean, he was getting pressured on all angles, on all sides by the Cougars. Good job to find Josh Heater there.
That was tripped up by Wheeler. And it just shows what kind of a both side of the ball player Wheeler is. Doing a great job on offense and a great job on defense.
Knights knocking on the door, trying to put some points on the board. I formation, Tobin in the backfield, Young under center. And they'll give to their bruising back. And second effort, close to the goal line. I thought he was tripped up in the backfield, but kept his footing and got some extra yards. Good job by Ben Tobin, Jr. So about ready to get things going here. Tobin comes out of the ball game.
I'm just noticing, Tobin on his left wrist, wrapped up, or maybe a cast. That could be part of the reason why some of the balls he's been thrown have been tipped.
Knights line up in a power formation. They love to do this inside the goal line area. Two bruising blockers, and Young keeps it in. That was Ben Tobin. Touchdown. Nice job just shooting up the gap, finding the hole, just falling into the end zone. And that's the drive that Coach Dobmeyer wanted to see out of his players out of the gate. I mean, they were down 21-0. Now Junior Collins trying to cut it with the extra point. Might see an extra guy. Here comes Tobin, excuse me. And the kick is up, and it's good. First-year kicker Junior Collins, former soccer player, doing the kicking duties for the Knights.
Doing a great job.
He's got an excellent leg. I saw him at the Millersport game warming up, and some of his kicks were curving. But I mean, you got to do that in soccer. But he has really started to nail the field goals. He is looking good. So the lead has been cut from 21-0 to 21-7. But it's been the Cougar offense who's had the hot hand most of the game. So let's see if they can keep rolling. And I want to see what adjustments that the secondary has made to stop this passing attack. Like we said before, I mean, if you drop back the linebackers, that gives Aaron King, the tailback, room to run. But Wheeler, if you try to pressure him, he's got great downfield vision. He can find a man open, so it'll be interesting to see what Coach Dobmeyer does. Collins set to kick. And a bouncing kick fielded about the 25-yard line. And that was number 15, Connor Hickey with the he's an up back who brought the ball back to about the 40, about the 38-yard line. And that's where Wheeler and his Cougar offense will come out. Connor's a 5'9" freshman, 185 pounds. King goes in motion, trying to find a hole, and didn't find one.
Great job by Caleb Walls there.
King was the ball carrier, and Caleb Walls was on the stop for the night.
Caleb Walls only a sophomore, so we'll be seeing more of him.
Gain of 3 for the Cougars.
He had a great freshman season last year. You know, the time he got, he used very well, and made some great plays. And it's good to see him out there now, either starting some games or as second man.
4 receivers, shotgun formation, and Wheeler keeps it himself. He's got some room. Nice. That was a nice play call right there. Didn't get the extra yards he wanted to, but usually when we see that 4 receiver set shotgun, the Cougars have been passing it, but that was a good play call to send the quarterback draw there. So we about 3rd down and 4. We'll see what the Cougars do here. 21-7 your score. The Knights on the board on their first drive of the second half on a 1-yard Ben Tobin run. Penalty flags. False start on the offense, and boy, those penalties have been killers all night for both teams, actually. Third down, Wheeler looking to pass and hit from behind, and that's Big Taylor Kopp who blindsided Wheeler. So that will bring up a 4th down. And great adjustments by Coach Dobbenmeyer. Sent the cavalry on that one, and Wheeler had no chance.
So we knew going into the second half that defense would just the pickup of defense would be the key to this second half, and that if they wanted to win, that would be the winning point they'd have to bring up. So this is the first punt that the Cougars have had to have.
And it got a nice roll.
A great Cougar bounce there.
Yeah. About the 22, 23-yard line.
22-yard line. They'll take over with 6 minutes left in the third quarter. 6 minutes left.
Coming up on 6 minutes left in the third quarter. Now the Knights are down, but not out in this ball game. If I know Coach Dobbenmeyer, he's got some more plays up his sleeve. It'll be interesting to see what he does here. Two receivers out. And
the Cougars there doing a four-man down front with two defensive ends on the side standing. You could tell they were there that time. Maybe even a blitzing back. I couldn't tell, but there's definitely a rush coming now.
And that was a good decision by Young to just take the sack. I mean, you don't want to try to force anything that might end up in disaster. So, they lost some yards, but they live to play another down. Another screen pass out to Heater. Makes the first man miss, but the second one didn't. Brought down at about the 17-yard line.
Heater, the receiver, brought down by King.
It was Aaron King showing up on defense there. Has had a great night running the ball on offense, but now making his name known defensively. And of all the pass plays in their arsenal, they've been loving that screen pass so far tonight. Shotgun formation in the pistol, and tipped and almost caught by Heater, but incomplete. So that'll be 4th down. Nice lining up in the pistol. That's a new formation for him.
You can tell that the Cougars have made a defensive switch. There was 3 or 4 dropped passes by Heater, and I think the defensive coach over there just thought Young has way too much time in the backfield to pass it. If they start catching it, they're gonna start hurting us. They've had a new defensive front. That's a nice punt by Colin.
And didn't get the bounce he wanted to. Goes out of bounds at the 45-yard line, so pretty good field position for the Cougars as junior Nick Wheeler comes out. You see Wheeler conferring with his coaches. And not a bad evening for the junior quarterback.
Looks like number 42, Lane Toman, either his calf or his ankle maybe tweaked on that last play. He's limping a little bit.
Timeout, Knights. 4.5 minutes on the 3rd quarter.
4.5 minutes remaining. 21-7. Your score here at New Lex.
Yeah, while we take this timeout, we wanna again thank our camera operators. Up at the top, we got Evan Bogus and Caleb Kandra. Down on the field, we have Caleb Peters and Andrew Gherkin, and then back in the truck, we have Dane Alexander switching and Brandon Bush doing graphics. And a big thank you to JT Burcham for putting all this together, and of course Jared Camp.
Thanks, Ken.
Yeah, I got you, man.
You're doing pretty good, too.
Oh, thanks. What was the time left? 4.5?
4.5.
4.5 minutes left in this 3rd quarter. The Knights off to a good start to come back if they, of course they want to. So see if the defense will step it up and make a stop here so they can get the ball again. I'm telling you, Jared, he's somebody to watch.
He is. Just a sophomore, so he's got a lot more playing time in his high school career.
I know that both Coach E and Coach Dobb are both expecting a lot out of him, and he is usually up to their standards, usually making great plays.
Play action. Looking, caught. And that's number 42, Jay Hill, another junior, making his first catch of the evening. And great pass by Wheeler. Had some Knights on his back, but able to get the pass off. So they are past the 50-yard line into Knights territory. So it'll be first down. Two receivers. And to give to King, he's got a hole. Right side, he's got some open field. And I believe Heater drags him down inside the 5. And Young also in on the play. But that was a great run by Aaron King. He's had a monster night all game. Referees spot the ball to 3. And they put Jay Hill in and give it to him, and I believe he's in. Yep, touchdown. Waiting for the signal from the referee on the field, and Jay Hill has a touchdown. Great call to give your big fullback the ball and the score. Kick is up and good. So your score, 28-7. And Jay Hill, the man with the touchdown, the fullback for the Cougars, now set up by a great run by Aaron King. Past couple drives for the Knights have been pretty good. Their first one got their first score of the evening on a Ben Tobin 1-yard run up the middle. And well, their last one ended up on a punt, but you know, the Knights are showing some flashes of greatness here. They just need to cut the penalties, cut the mental mistakes, and you know, later on down the season they could be a force to be reckoned with. And this is really Coach Dobmeyer's, this is his team. You know, he loves the power play, like a big bruising back like Ben Tobin. He loves running the I formation, so he can really work with this team.
And you have to remember, this is a young team coming in.
Yeah.
With only, I mean, a couple seniors. So it's a lot like the previous team, but they'll grow and they'll get better.
Heater takes it, and fumble, and that'll be a touchdown. Another young freshman mistake by Heater, but that was a good job to punch that ball out. And they're saying maybe this isn't a touchdown. Referees trying to get things sorted out on the field.
Refs are chatting it over, and we'll let you know as soon as we know.
Joe McCoy over the loudspeaker. We're waiting just like everybody. And here we go. Block in the back. Penalties decline. So the touchdown will stand. So that puts the Cougars up 34-7 with the extra point pending.
Not much Josh Heater could have done there, though. That whoever hit him hard.
Oh, he did.
That ball went flying, 10 yards back. So
Zach Giles on to kick the extra point. And that kick is up and good. 35-7, and the lead grows for the Cougars. So we'll see what offensive scheme Coach Dobmeyer comes up with. You know, you're in this kind of hole. I mean, you still want the team to be upbeat, but you know, just got to play your best from here on out.
Yeah, all you can do right now is look forward to, well, either look forward or dread practice practice Monday and
Yeah.
Tuesday or film the next day, to see what coach is going to grill you on and see what you got to work on the next day.
And offensively, the Knights have looked pretty good for a few plays. I mean, Ben Tobin is having another good running night. A nice kickoff and fielded by Tobin. He's across the 25 to the 30. Finds some running room to the 40, still on his feet, and dragged down. And forward progress will give him the ball at the 42-yard line. So not bad field position for the Knights. See what Colin Young is able to do here with his offensive squad.
As the Knights take over on the 42-yard line, we got 2.5 minutes left in the third.
2.5 minutes left, called by our announcer, Joe McCoy.
Sweep to Tobin, and made the first man miss, and back to the line of scrimmage, I do believe. Cougars have had a great job. They had Ben Tobin's number all night. Just a great swarming defense, and good job bringing him down.
The Cougars back to a 3-down man front.
Screen pass to Heater, and bangs his way ahead for a nice gain. Those screen passes have gotten the Knights some yards on a few plays, but I think you gotta look downfield a little bit. What do you think, Ken?
Yeah, the passes to Heater, the screens are pretty effective right now, but I think the defensive of the Cougar have kind of caught on to that. So you've got to be able to use your other receivers, be able to pass to them.
Tip, incomplete.
That right there, that was what we were talking about. They're trying to get it to Joey Gall in the flat. Good tip by the defensive front.
1 minute left in the third quarter.
Thank you, Joe McCoy. Here, 1 minute left. 4th down for the Knights. And this is Dave Dobmeyer football right here. And I believe that was Taylor Kopp with the false start, and he knows it too. Hanging his head after that. So that will back the Knights up.
Knights got a line anxious and jumped it. They'll back up 5 and try it again.
Be 4th and 10 on their own 42.
Still going for it. And little confusion in the backfield, incomplete pass, so pretty good field position for the Cougars as they get the ball. Looking to add to this rather large lead. And a give to King, and he's got a nice run across the 30 to the 29. Boy, the Knights looking like they're trying to tackle him high. I mean, he's not the biggest guy in the world. I mean, 5'11", 185. Not bad, but I mean, you need to take out his legs if you want to tackle him. He's strong enough. He's proven that all night that he is strong enough. You need to take him down by the legs and not try to arm tackle him.
The Cougars aren't letting up at all, but it seems like the Knights have kind of started to roll over just to kind of give up, get it over with. But
another give to King, and another nice run. Looks like the Knights kind of jumped off sides from the neutral zone, but with this kind of lead, I think the Knights referees are just going to let that one go. Third down. And that's number 30, Wilford, still on his feet. And down at the 5. Little misdirection play there.
Wilford was the ball carrier. That brings the third quarter to an end.
And that will do it for the third quarter of play here in New Lexington. Your score, the Cougars of Crestview 35, the Knights 7. We'll be back here on FCA on LSN.
FCA on LSN. FCA on LSN. Brought to you in part by
Thompson Concrete, a full-service concrete company. Online at thompsonconcrete.com.
Service claimed by Todd George. They are proud to be the only Green Seal certified janitorial service in Central Howard and promise to do the job right or do it over. 740-687-1077.
Let Matt Gray motivate you or your group for change. You can visit him online at maxspeaking.com.
Roger Weaver and the Weaver Law offices online at weaver-law.com.
Thanks for watching FCA on LSN.
Thanks for watching FCA on LSN.
Welcome back to fourth quarter action here in New Lexington. The Knights are down in a pretty big hole, 35-7. Crestview leads. And Crestview will maintain possession of the ball with a pretty good field position. Ball at the 6-yard line. Knights trying to get set up on defense. You've got King and Hill in the backfield behind their quarterback, Wheeler, and they'll give it to their big fullback. And Hill in for his second touchdown of the evening.
Crestview takes it into the house for an additional 6.
And it doesn't look like the Knights are going to be able to come back in this one. But like you said before, Ken, this is one you just go watch film tomorrow morning. Obviously, a lot of things you got to work on, especially in the secondary. Just got to tighten things up. As Zach Giles comes on for the extra point. And straight through. And like I was saying, you just got to learn from this game. It's going to be a tough one to swallow, but you got to learn from it. Knights will send back Toman and Heater to receive this kick.
Along that came with Crestview was the marching band. They've been doing a great job. The
Absolutely.
halftime show is very good. And,
playing some 80s tunes, a little before our time, but I mean, still pretty good music.
but this is only one game in the season, so
Yeah,
you still have.
it's a great point.
It's a hard loss to take, hard loss to swallow, but you know that Coach Dobb and Coach G are already thinking about what they're gonna, what plays they're gonna run over, what drills they're gonna do to make the team come together more.
And that's what makes them great coaches, is they understand, this one's pretty much in the books, go down as a loss, but they'll look at the film, run some drills, and get ready for next week. Fielded by an up back and a nice hit. I believe that was Hill. Ryan Stalder, the sophomore, took quite a lick from Hill. Ball spotted at the 34. And probably not this possession, but probably next possession, the second stringers will come in, get some valuable playing time. Young goes under center. Tobin in the backfield. And they're looking to pass. Looking long for Heater. Oh, should have been intercepted. And that was number 1, Nick Hout. And he's kicking himself after that one. That one right in his lap, but didn't come up with it. Guess that's why he's playing DB. If you're the Knights, you just got to keep playing through this one and don't give up without a fight. Give to Tobin. Cuts it up. Still going. Nice second effort to get some more yards. And they'll spot him down at the 47. And that is enough for Knights' first down. Tobin lines up at the bottom of your screen. Josh Heater to the top. And a sweep to Tobin and cuts it up. Nice vision by Tobin. He'll be a couple yards short of the first down. But great vision to cut it up inside. The Cougars had the outside pretty much well defended, but cut up. Got about 8 yards, so it'll be second down and 2. And a slant. Oh, nice catch by Josh Heater. And he will go in for a touchdown. Nice job by the Knights. Not giving up. That was a bullet screen pass from Colin Young, and able to tip it into his hands as Josh Heater, who goes in for the touchdown.
He seemed to bobble it right over the defender's head, and was able to catch it. I don't know if he meant to do that or not, but
it sure worked.
Great how that worked out. He ran as fast as he could to the end zone. That's great. That's the Josh Heater that he could become. So he's got to lose the
drop passes.
Drop passes. Yeah, exactly. The drop passes.
But like we said, he's a freshman in his third varsity game.
Yeah, you expect a lot out you don't expect a lot out of a freshman coming in.
But when you have to fill the shoes of a Hayden Welch, you got.
Yeah. He's got the position and the number.
Yeah, he does.
So he's got big shoes to fill, but we know that he's a freshman. But there's great things from him that we can see later on.
That last extra point, good by Junior Collins, 2 for 2 on the night.
Sorry about that, Crestview fans. It wasn't intentional.
Collins getting ready to kick things off. Junior Wilford back to receive.
A great night for football. Great weather. I think it's supposed to rain tonight, but
I was expecting some, but
it's held off.
Yeah, it has. We've been blessed.
Here comes the kick.
Maybe. There we go.
Junior Collins has done a great job kicking for the Knights.
He's got a powerful leg. And they fall on it. And ball spotted at the 23-yard line. Got a Knight down on the field, but gets up under his own strength. It's a
When we reach the 5-minute mark left in the game,
Michael Beatty looks like he got knocked.
the wind knocked out of him or something.
Yeah, something a little shaken up.
$1 a slice for 5 minutes to go. We'll keep you up to date on the time.
The concessions tonight are going to help out the seniors with their senior mission trip. It's a cool thing. I've seen them walk around with pizza boxes and other boxes full of food and Gatorade. Like a baseball game or walking around. It's a new thing, taking the concessions to the fans,
to the people. That's right. King was the ball carrier. He got about 4 yards on the carry, so it'll be 2nd down and 6. I don't know how many yards he's had tonight, but it's got to be well over 100. He's had quite an evening. The entire Cougar offense has had an outstanding evening. And they'll give it back to King. Bounces off the would-be tackler and across the 30 to the 32.
King was stripped up by Tobin. Brings up 3rd down, 3 for Crestview.
So it'll be 3rd down and 3 for the Cougars. See if they give it back to King here.
9 minutes in the 4th quarter.
And they will give it to King. And that'll be enough for a 1st down. Tyler Hamill on the stop. Good to see Tyler in there. Took a year off from football. It's good to see him back. High formation now for the Cougars, and they'll give it to Hill. Big fullback is across the 40 to the 43.
Despite the defensive letdowns, Joey Gall's been having a great game, both offensively and defensively. He's been getting a couple fullback runs. He's got a good tackle there. Got a couple of those. It's good senior leadership. He's also a captain this year, so that's good to see coming out of Joey.
Single receiver out to the top of your screen. Wheeler checking the defense. And there's Hill, spins off one defender, and Tobin's there to knock him down. And just shy of the 45.
King, the ball carrier, brought down by Brian Miller.
Coming up on 8 minutes now remaining. Two men in the backfield. That's Jay Hill and Aaron King. Give it to Hill. He's across midfield to the 49 in Knights territory.
Jay Hill moves the chain. Ball just inside the Knights territory.
We'd also like to say a big thank you to New Lexington letting us use the high school for letting us use their field. A great facility they've brought up in the last couple of years. The turf field and the new stands, everything. Really,
it's a great football setting here in the valley.
It's a great opportunity. It has the God-made stands, the hill, and just really is a great complex to use. We're really blessed to use it.
King brought down by Tobin.
Second down for the Cougars. With 4 yards.
That was second down and 4 after that gain of 6 by King. After down 14-42. Closing in on 6 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. Getting the officials' timeout.
Looks like they're looking at Ben Tobin's arm again. Looks like he looks like he's bleeding a little bit again.
Yeah, that happened, early in the first quarter. Looks like it started again. Give to Hill and brought down just shy of the 40. So he'll be about a yard short of the first down. Third down and short, third manageable. Give the King up the middle, gets the first down. So that will move the chains to first down.
The Cougars are not letting up at all.
They're just trying to run out the clock with the running game, but they're getting some nice plays. It's the Knights' job to bring him down. Just trying to milk the clock now. Give the King, find some room. Across the 35 to the 34. So it'll be a second down for Crestview. Second down about 6.
4 minutes left on the clock.
And from our announcer, Joe McCoy, got 4 minutes left on the clock. Clock you see, not the official clock, but just trying to keep the time here without the scoreboard. Hasn't been working the past couple of weeks, so
it's Brandon Bush back in the truck doing a great job though. Keep it up, Brandon. I know you can hear me.
Yep, good job, Brandon. And Hill's still on his feet and stumbles ahead for another first down. And this running game from the Cougars just wearing down the Knights defense. And
I think from that first quarter, the initial drive, first couple drives from the Cougars just really just wore their I think their confidence down. They haven't really recovered since.
Same formation, I formation. Give to King and maybe gets a couple.
FCA fans, we've had a wonderful cheerleading squad cheering us on and leading us in all the cheers tonight. How about a big hand for our cheerleading squad? Likewise,
To be
we've had a wonderful squad.
second down.
Bringing down a great band and
And about 8.
wonderful halftime show. The band sounded great, looked great. Thanks for making the long drive down here. The boys have played with great courage, great class, and great effort.
Just trying to bring the clock down. Give to Hill, brought down by Tobin. Near the 20, about the 21. About 3 or 4 yards shy of a first down.
Michael Beatty's still on the sideline, sitting on the bench. Still hasn't
Had his
recovered
bell
from
rung,
that.
yeah. He got hit pretty hard, so I mean, he's gonna be feeling that one.
Yeah, we'll have to find out what happened there. Hopefully nothing serious, nothing a concussion or anything.
See Wheeler just trying to milk the clock here. Smart offense. And brought down in the backfield.
There's Tyler Hamill. That's another young sophomore, I believe. Junior, sorry.
Yeah. He took a year off from football.
Yeah, he played freshman year and then didn't play sophomore year, but he's coming back and hasn't missed a stride. He's been doing good on offensive and defensive line. So we'll be seeing more of him next year.
That's a good point.
Whatever the sport, you can all join our students, the Ohio State Highway Patrol and the Ohio High School Athletic Association to remember that same awareness and responsibility for our
As the clock continues to roll, trying for a long field goal. And just short. So that will turn the ball over to the Knights.
While we take the last few ticks off of the clock, just a friendly reminder, would you please piece up all of your trash and place it in the closest trash receptacles? Our host, New Lexington Panthers, would be appreciative of that. We are thankful to New Lexington for allowing us to come into their home tonight.
I'd like to thank you all for watching this ball game.
Next week, the Knights will be at Williamsburg High School.
If you want to catch this game again, you can go to fairfieldmedia.com and watch it on demand. Excuse me, .tv. I've been doing this for 2 years. I should probably know that. You can watch it on demand and any game from last season or past seasons. And that's a great resource if you're a fan of Knights football. Timeout by FCA. So that is fairfieldmedia.tv, not .com.
Make sure to check out next week's game. The Knights will be at Williamsburg High School.
Williamsburg, always a tough opponent.
Should be a good game.
Should be a good game, yeah.
I believe Jack Davidson will be announcing that game, so
good to have Jack back.
Yeah, we're looking to hear from him.
And I believe, if my sources are correct, freshman Andrew Gherkin might be calling the game with him. Could be wrong, but hopefully he gets a chance in here. So it'll be Jack and somebody. And Jack always does a great job. We've missed him up here in the booth, but you know, Kenny and Caleb have done a pretty good job filling in for him.
I don't know about that, but well, I'm sure Caleb did a great job.
You did fine. So the Knights have only a few ticks on the clock. Pistol formation. Another screen pass to Heater. And another drop, but that was this time wasn't Heater's fault. That was a low pass from Young.
Both squads and fans from both schools are invited down.
Knights have time for probably one more play.
I'm sure this will be a pretty quiet bus ride home.
Yeah, I would say so. I
don't think anybody's going to be really wanting to talk right now.
Practice will be intense this week for the Knights, guarantee it. This will be the final play, and a pass play from Young to Kopp, and brought down at the 35.
Kopp has been a great asset to the team this year. He can catch, run. He's also the second string quarterback. So if Colin ever goes down, Kopp is the next man in. He just seems like the jack of all trades. He can pass, he can catch, he can run. He's doing a lot for this team. He's also a senior, so doing some good senior leadership this year.
So that'll do it here from New Lexington. Your final score: Crestview comes out on top, 42-14 over the Knights of Fairfield Christian. Kenny, your final thoughts?
I think the defense, well, I think the line was a big part of this game. I think just the Cougars' defensive front and offensive front really powered through, and quarterback had plenty of time to throw. That's what killed the secondary, because the secondary can't protect forever. So the defensive front needed to get a little bit more push. The offense, though, was letting people through. I mean, seemed like the line, the defense together was kind of just faulty. They could have tightened things up. So I'm sure this week of practice is going to be pretty intense. It's going to have a lot of different drills, a lot of stuff they're going to recover and get ready for Williamsburg next week.
You're right. We'll come from you from Williamsburg next week, and we hope you enjoy this FCA Knights football game. For Kenny Burcham, I'm Jared Camp, alongside the FCA media team, saying good night to you. You've been watching FCA on LSN.
Severe weather can destroy a home in seconds. There's no time to think, only time to act. Have a kit so you're ready for any emergency. Develop a plan for what you and your family will do before disaster strikes, and stay informed during severe weather any way you can. It can be the difference between losing your possessions and losing your life. Just ask the owners of this house. Visit ready.gov for ways to prepare your family for emergencies.
FCA on LSN. Thanks for watching FCA on LSN.
Thanks for watching FCA on LSN.